ever danced in church? I wish you could see the anxiety that just ran. Well, the first time I danced in church was about 10 years ago when I took a group of youth to the Montreat Youth Conference. That was my first time ever going to a Presbyterian camp, and I learned that Presbyterians have something called energizers. They are fun and wacky dances made up to a variety of songs, and they wake us up and they get us excited. They call us to show up and be present in the moment with our whole selves. So I want to teach you all a few energizer moves. You can, I see you, Margaret. You can stay seated. But these are simple. You all can do this. I believe in you. So the first energizer move is to roll your arms in circles like this. Good. Now we roll this way and lean back. And then roll this way. Good. See, you're energized. I feel it. It's right. Okay, the next energizer move, I call this one flappy hands. You make an X. And then you flap like this. Oh, that's great. That's one of my favorite moves. The next one is a variation of praying hands. So you'll take one hand and roll it up to the top. And then you'll roll the other hand up to the top. Bring it down. Go 1, 2, 3. Isn't that fun? We're not so frozen chosen after all. Well, I'll have to tell you that the first time I saw 1,100 people in Montreat dancing together, I thought everyone had lost their minds. It was wild and loud, and I grew up Baptist. We did not dance. But you know, Presbyterians are not the first followers of God to have dance parties. In today's Bible story from the book of 2 Samuel, we learn about a time when David danced in worship. And he didn't just sort of kind of dance. The Bible says that he and the people with him danced before the Lord with all their might. Now, some people rolled their eyes and thought, well, that's embarrassing. But David didn't care. God was his audience, and he had joy and praise in his heart. The story kind of reminds me of the Hokey, Pokey. You know, it says when you put your right arm in, you put your right arm out, you put your right arm in, and you shake it all about. You do the Hokey, Pokey in, you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about, right? You know that. Well, the best part of that song is when you get to the end and you've done all the, you know. And then at the very end it says, we put our whole selves in, we put our whole selves out, we put our whole selves in, and we shake it all about. That is what we are called to do when we worship God. Bring our whole selves, not just our brains to think or our lips to speak and sing, but our whole selves. And children are especially good at that. Sometimes when they bring their whole selves to worship, that means that we hear loud voices. Sometimes that means that they need to draw while they listen. We bring our whole selves to worship anytime we use our bodies, when we bow our head to pray, when we partake of elements at the Lord's table. Now, of course, our work as followers of God does not end when the church service is over. We keep bringing our whole selves to God in lots of ways. By sharing with others, by speaking up for what's right, by expressing ourselves through art and through music and through dance, by living with courage and not being afraid to love and serve God wherever we are, even if some people think it's embarrassing. This is what David modeled in today's Bible story. So to close, I'm going to give you all a chance to dance again. And we're going to do that with the verse of the Hokey Pokey song that says we bring our whole selves to worship. So when I say you put your whole self in, not yet, but I'll invite you just to stand. See, it's not too crazy. You're going to be okay. I believe you. When I invite you to put your whole self in, I invite you to stand as you're able. And then you'll sit back down. And then you'll stand again. And then if you're really feeling the Spirit, you'll shake it all about. You'll turn yourself around and you know, how it goes. All right, so let me just say, sometimes people call us Presbyterians the frozen chosen because we can be a little rigid, you know. And I think Energizers, maybe started at Montreat, were the youth's effort to wake us up, to remind us that we can bring our whole selves to God. Now, there's no pressure to participate in this, and if your knees won't allow you to stand and turn, that's okay. You can clap at the end. But, all right, are we ready? Here we go. We put our whole self